New Yorkers are going wild right now because a snowy owl was reported in Central Park for the first time since 1890. They aren't going wild though because Andrew Cuomo over there has probably killed more people than the Green River Killer, or at least definitely has killed more old people than Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. That's just a fact, right? But hey, let's not go wild over that. Let's go wild because a birdie got lost during migration and landed at a fucking park. Was probably tired. Or maybe some just fucking dude just let his fucking bird out there. Just fucking letting people just go wild. And, right? Maybe that's what it is, right? The last recorded sighting of a snowy owl in Central Park was 1890. But that changed on Wednesday when the bird made a very rare pit stop at Central Park to the delight of passerbys. Dude, look how cool this owl really is, though. Look. Owls are really cool, dope. Look at that. Look at that. That's freaking dope. Look at it. Compared to that. Compared to that crow. Look at that. Don't eat that crow. Like Andy Cuomo should be doing. And resigning. Like Nancy Pelosi should be doing. Like all these people. And we should be going wild over their inaccountability and ineptitude. That's what we should be going wild over. Not over some freaking bird. Dude, for real? But you know what, real quick? Let me tell you real quick, because we're about facts here, right? Let me tell you a little something. A white owl, right, represents change, transformation, and inner wisdom. They are often associated with magic or witchcraft because of the nature of supernatural transformation, which includes the cycles of birth and death that leads to spiritual evolution. This is a little tidbit, okay? So a change is a coming, right? We all know that. We get that, right? But what kind of a change? Do you want this kind of change? Do you like this kind of change? Just petty, eye for an eye, tit for a tat kind of shit, right? I mean, I thought when we were younger, right? We were like, you guys gotta play nice, sharing is caring, and all that, right? Whatever happened to that shit? What happened to that? Oh, you learn that in school and shit, right? But people ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, right? Because they don't like it, because they want you to think that this is all really, really bad and horrible, and then when they start when they start cleaning up the messes that they made, they want to be applauded for it. That's what this is, folks. That's all this is. This isn't because of their inner wisdom. This isn't some enlightened thing that they're doing. This isn't all Anthony Fauci data stuff, because he's been going on way too many pressers to actually know anything that's really going on, and that's why every time he's on TV, he contradicts everything he's ever said. Ouchie needs to be ouchie, like I've been trying to tell y'all. Okay? For real. What is up with that? He's not Bill Nye the Science Guy. He's none of that. Okay? And those aren't real scientists either. And that's why we get all this weird science and we think it's all cool science and it ain't even science at all. Like, for real. Like, what the fuck is up with that shit? Right? Well, I digress. This is the Federalist real quick, right? How Donald J. Trump accidentally revived objective truth. At the very least, Donald J. Trump served to convince the left that objective truth does indeed exist, and it does make unbending claims on all of us. So, double standards or no standards for the lefties, right? Right? A great deal has changed globally in these 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency. It's been a wild ride. From any perspective, we will be debating the good, the bad, and of all of these things, and Trump's hand in them for decades to come, because people can't stop obsessing over this stuff, right? Because they can't take accountability for their own actions, lack of actions, poor life decisions, wise life decisions, and stuff like that. They can't do that, so we have to scapegoat shit onto everybody else and everything else, and that makes us feel really well, but doesn't change anything. Doesn't make anything better or anything, right? And then all of a sudden we start getting into these little cliques and these little groups, and we start getting away from the real things and the real truths, and then it's like the telephone game, right? And then all of a sudden, before anybody knows it, we don't even really know why we're mad anymore, or what's really going on, and it's just the chaos, the confusion, the disorder, and the disarray is coming from. And that's why we all need to come back together, right? Just like peanut butter and jelly, right? Some Nutella, come back together in that little sweet spot with the bread, right? And like make a little nice little American sandwich, and let's start making things better again, right? So things sustainable, so we can all get nourished from that, right? Like a big old nice little sandwichy, right? We can all do that. That's possible, folks. I mean, it really is, okay? But it takes all of us, and we have to be honest, willing, and open-minded about all of this. Okay, we can't just be like, oh, you're a Nazi or you're this or you're that and blah, 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 blah. I don't like your opinion. You should be canceled. And we can't be doing that. Why? Because it sucks. And plus, you might have a good idea. You might know a loophole in that idea or whatever that might make it better or make it to where, oh, that's not good. Like Shark Tank, you know what I mean? But like a free market of ideas. And that's what debate is. And that's why we have America exceptionalism. And that's why people flock here, right? But like I said, people, they've been saying that for a long time, right? the unambiguous feel-good dogma. I have no right to judge your truth, and you may not judge mine. Was the leftist world's mother's milk secular society force-fed for all of us just recently? Oprah, for one, made a whole entire fucking empire upon it, right? And then all of a sudden Trump comes in, and then all of a sudden they want to come at you with this shit, right? All of a sudden it's, you are whatever you think you are. Whatever you feel and believe is really true in reality, right? And then all of a sudden, oh, I want to think I'm this. I think I'm an American. I think America's great. No, then that's bad. Nope. How is that any kind of real sustainable foundation of anything? How is that based on science or data that's pseudo-intellectualism, and that's garbage shit. Of course, the question took many of us by surprise because we had long been told and on very good authority that truth was as dead as God. Well, the only thing that's really dead in any of that is the elites and their mindset and their ambition, their creativity, and any of that, right? And that's why they all, like, real quick, right? That's why they're cracking down on free speech, folks, right? Before, everything was cool, right? Unless you thought for 4 years that Russia hacked the election, that was all cool, right? Until Joe Biden won. Then if you think any kind of voter fraud or any kind of hacking in the election or any kind of impropriety in a free and fair election happened, then you're a kook and a lunatic and a conspiracy theorist and maybe even a domestic terrorist who needs to be watched and taken off the internet and not being able to feed their family and put in a fun camp and maybe even put in there to die. Being treated worse than Bo Bergdahl, who was traded for 5 real terrorists and generals who then went onto the battlefield and created more terror and killed more Americans, right? But that's John Brennan, right? That's John Brennan's CIA. That's Susan Rice, who went around on 5 fucking talk shows right there and said, Bo Bergdahl served with honor and distinction, knowing damn well that he was a coward and a deserter the whole fucking time, right? You're going to try and tell me that's all cool, right? That's truth. That's right. Come on. With the president kicked off Twitter and Parler and kicked off the Amazon server, some conservators are saying that we're seeing a crackdown on the freedom of speech, but we have been for a very long time, right? And people have written books on this. A bunch of people have. From the left, from the right, okay, right? And it was all cool, fun, and games, right? But now they're even cracking down on speech. Nancy Pelosi took away speech that says mother, father, siblings, any of that. That's how lunacy these people have become with their ideology. It doesn't matter if this shit makes any sense. It doesn't matter if it's going to make people's life flourish, as long as it makes them feel better and like they've actually done shit. That's why in 40 years, most of these people, if you go and look at their records, they haven't done shit but name a street, a post office, or some shit like that. Or maybe even a ribbon cutting thing, but the fucking bare minimum. I mean, even the less of the bare minimum. I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you do more building sandcastles over there in the fucking thing than they're ever doing anything. You know what I mean? But their pockets and their bank accounts are getting fatter and bigger all the time. Why yours is not, why your families are dying, why you're not going to school. They're sending their kids off to private school. They're going off on lavish vacations on your dime. On yours, because how does the government make money? What do they do? What are they selling? What are they producing? Nothing, right? They're getting all that money from when the Americans are working and everything, right? And creating economic wealth. They get all that capital tax. It goes into the treasury. Then they fucking stifle it, put it in their pockets, tell you that there was some hack or whatever the fuck they do. And this is the thing that we've been doing. But now that it's been going down for so long, unless their money is in yen, it doesn't mean shit anymore, folks. Okay? Because we've been doing everything to China, while they're over there yelling Russia, right? Now if you try to say any of this shit, it's, you're a lunatic, you're a kook, you're like Smelly Smones, and you got to go. Well, they're the worst ones of this shit. That's all they peddle in. It's hyperbole and conspiracy theories, one after another. They have these people validated by having 18 channels going on and on and on and on and on. And then if you say anything contrary, you're a kook, you're a Nazi. Margaret Thatcher said once they start to attack you personally, it's because they have no political leg to stand on. They can have no argument. And this is what we're seeing right here. The elites who think they know better than you are too stupid to even tell you how and why you're wrong. Okay, well, if I'm wrong, you should be intellectually so smart to actually tell me, who you think has a low IQ and makes such fucking horrible decisions, why I'm wrong in a way that I can actually understand. Well, if you can't, it's probably because you're dumber than dog shit. Okay, and that's just a fact. I think all of this shit is why this is it, right? Because what did these people do? None of these people could fucking change a tire. None of these people could change their oil. AOC didn't know what a fucking garbage disposable was. But we're supposed to take fucking advice and life fucking things from these people. They're not sages. Like, what the fuck? And then you're like, yeah, but you know, we gotta wear the double mask. Blah, 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 blah. Whenever it was safety first. What the fuck? Come on, people. And that's why they're going after you, because they don't want you to know how inept they are, how stupid they are, how weak, thin, and skinned they are. You know what I mean? They have no spine, no knees, no nothing. No cojones. None of that. And they despise the people that do. You know what I mean? The people that work with their hands, they hate you because they wish they could do that kind of stuff. But they can't. So they have to go to Home Depot and hire some Mexicans who they could fucking give a couple bucks or a couple shekels over here. And then they could do it all. And then they could go, or they could just do it, tell them to bully them, do it for free, tell them to deport their ass if they don't. And then feel really good and big and strong because they did that. But it's gross. That's pathetic, weak shit. You know what? Real quick. You know, but at least the Nazis had the respect and the balls to grab you by your shirt collar and call you a fucking filthy animal that's not beneath shit, that's not worthy of shit, and put you in a fucking camp and then do all that, but looked you in the face and did it. They didn't, and they told you, they didn't lie to you, okay? But these people will go, oh, we're doing it for your health, we love you, and we care about you, and blah, 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 blah. This is all for the greater good, y'all. While they're the whole time they know that they want to just cripple you, kill you, and crush you the whole fucking time. That's how weak and cowardice and full of bitch that these people are, and they've got you fucking the same way, imbued in it, because you're going all along with it. Sick, you sick me. This is sickening to me. Tulsi Gabbard, okay, one person on the right, on the left that I like Jim Webb too. I bet you one person on the left, I can't say one person on the right that they fucking like, right? So how enlightened are you? Or are you really just an extremist, okay? Tulsi Gabbard slams Schiff, Brennan, Big Tech as more dangerous than the Capitol rioters. And they are, because they're the ones that were inciting all of this stuff for a long time so that they can get their way politically, right? So that they can get everybody thinking that all this stuff during Donald Trump was so horrible and horrible and horrible, right? So they incited Antifa, BLM, and Nancy Pelosi said that most of Americans, right, are either mentally ill or retarded, but yet fills them with drugs, hate, and vitriol, and then tells them not that their life doesn't mean shit, their futures don't mean shit, none of that means shit, right? But yet bow down and suck their dick and kiss their ring, right? That's what they want you to do. Like, what the fuck? That's not cool. How can you tell these people that none of their shit matters, but all your shit matters? People are gonna go, wait, what? Wait, even a Neanderthal, even a fucking caveman, right? Even an insect would go, wait, if you wreck my colony and tell me my colony don't mean nothing, how come your colony mean everything? If you take my shit and I'm left over here with nothing, starving, maybe I should come and eat your shit. That's how this shit works. Even the animal kingdom knows that, folks. You guys gotta watch the Discovery Channel once in your life. But you also have, remember, you know, Brennan and Schiff going up. These people were going off about Russia, right? But yet you have Adam Schiff. You can go on YouTube and check this out, right? On tape, going, he was getting pranked by these Ukrainians, talking about, you want naked pictures of Donald Trump. Oh yeah, what's the matter of the compromise? That's what he was saying on tape. Say all this kind of stuff. These people are such hypocrites, but they got you going, living up to standards that they could never reach. How is that even cool, man? Right? That's all this is. They're the ones that are creating the terrorists because they're terrorists. They don't like America. They don't like themselves. And they don't like anything else. So they want to tear it down. And how do they do it? By demagoguing, right? So you go to boot camp. Watch Full Metal Jacket, right? And as soon as they go to boot camp and they're about to go to war with Vietnam, they're demonizing the enemy so that they can actually feel good about what they're doing and not bad. That's so subconsciously these people know what they're doing is wrong. And so you should stand up and not be for it. Otherwise you're as wrong as they are. Right? This is not hard, folks. But a change is coming. Right? So, the left is unprepared and has been. Look, hundreds stay fighting to stay warm after power being let out. So they're not just dying from COVID, huh? Look, disabled seniors left behind in power outages. Oh, so Gavin Newsom's also a granny killer. Federal mismanagement left U.S. unprepared for coronavirus. The left unprepared for Obamacare ruling. I mean, see, look at this. No matter what side you're on, it's all fucked up. And all they're doing is getting on camera talking about this person and this person and this person. If this was parents, if this was an employee or whatever, you would not accept this shit. So why do we accept it from people that are actually supposed to be representing for the better good and actually can actually damage this for the whole thing, right? Like they did, right? Like they did sell us out to China, like they did sell us out to Russia, like they did sell us out to everything else, but you guys are cool with it? Like that's cool? Alright. I'm just going to be down with that, right? And, hey guys, don't join any of this shit, because they're full of feds and shit, and that's how they get you, right? So they come in, right, and they go in, they get some drug addict, and they go, hey, we want you to do something, right? It's the same thing right here. So then they get these people, they get them in here, and then they go, hey, you guys want to commit a crime, blah blah blah, and then they can, boom, just like with Nashville and shit. But now that you're censoring people, how are you gonna ever find any of this out? That's why you need to actually unleash the free speech movement and let everybody fucking talk so we know what's going on. Otherwise, shit's gonna fucking be happening. Nashville will go mainstream, and how will you prevent it? How will you know what's going on? Your daughters, your kids, your loved ones could all be screwed up in that, and that's why, you know what I mean? You should be thinking about that, the whole big picture, not just one little one, but all of it, folks. Okay? Love you. Bad soup.